This review is spoiler free. Ghost of Tsushima is a narrative-heavy open-world action game set in feudal Japan, taking place upon the island of Tsushima, which is all that stands between the invading Mongol threat and mainland Japan. The easiest and most immediate comparison to other games I can give is that as the Assassin's Creed franchise, before they went downhill. The superb narrative blends in perfectly with the game's unique combat systems and rewarding stealth mechanics, with the gameplay loop of the game being simple, yet something which a lot of modern games fall short upon: fun. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai that is willing to risk it all to protect the island of Tsushima from pillaging Mongols. The game itself is of course the traditional open world story format, allowing for side quests between missions, locking you to areas of the map until you progress the story, and that sort of thing. Personally, I clocked around 42 hours to complete the game's side quests and main storyline, but I'm sure the game's DLC, which comes handily with a director's cut, offers at least 10 more hours of gameplay. With modern games, a lot of the time, they forget to lean heavily into their artistic direction. Ghost of Tsushima does a terrific job at portraying the 13th century Japanese island, and it's incredibly atmospheric. Another comparison to games that I can think of is Red Dead Redemption 2. Something where you can beeline the main story if you want, but the game and its stellar world building makes you actively want to take the time to do all those little side quests. You're given a horse to traverse the island, a sword to combat your enemies, a bow to initiate from a distance should you choose to, although the swordplay in this game is what I found to be the most enjoyable. You learn to master the combat system throughout the game, as Jin Sakai journeys from humble samurai to deadly protector of his homeland. A unique standoff system is offered, honourably calling out the first few enemies to attempt to land their first swing, if you'd prefer to maintain the honour a samurai brings, rather than just immediately go to stealth killing. This is the system I loved. Even 40 hours deep into this game, I never for a second got bored of the sword mechanics, and never even avoided random occurring patrols on the sides of roads that you typically avoid in other games, and you know exactly what I mean by that. As I said before, the mechanics are just fun. Ghost of Tsushima does an excellent job of representing the culture and the themes of the times. It really makes you feel like a samurai, it makes you feel like the protagonist. Your personal thoughts begin to align with those of Jin Sakai's thoughts very quickly, and it's easy to immerse yourself as this protector of Tsushima whenever you pick up the game to play. A standout sign of excellent writing. In fact, the devs over at Sucker Punch did such a good job at representing Tsushima that they were appointed permanent ambassadors to the actual real-world island by the mayor of Tsushima. If that isn't evidence enough of the love, passion and care that was put into developing this game, then I don't know what is. The only real negatives the game actually has is the fact that it falls under the modern stereotype of open world story games. A lot of collectibles, repetitive tasks, gathering of flowers to unlock cosmetics, that sort of thing. It feels like a modern Assassin's Creed game done right, but I only wish they leaned into a more unique gameplay loop rather than following the traditional formula. But even then, the gameplay is great. Alongside the beauty of the visuals and the thrill of the combat, the soundtrack hits home in all the right ways. Masterful and captivating, haunting and enchanting, all the same. If you buy this game and turn the music off, I will find you and I'll make you pay. From the word go, the struggle of maintaining honour, even if it jeopardizes survival, is present, and you find yourself immersed in wanting to keep the samurai values, but having to use other methods in order to protect more people. This is a theme present throughout the game: honour versus survival. This game for me falls under the must play category. It's that good. From the moment you press play on the game, I'm confident you'll see why. Ghost of Tsushima has my favourite opening sequence of any game I've ever played, and if you're looking for a single player game to sink your teeth into that has S-tier writing and obvious love put into its creation, then this is the game for you. So please, go and give it a try. Personally, Ghost of Tsushima is a 9 out of 10.